Hello and welcome to the weather update. It's 9:30, February 10th, 2021, and we're looking at yet another storm heading our way here. As you see here on the radar, you can see snow over Pennsylvania, stretching into Louisville, into the. You can see they're getting some ice in this area here, some icing, and they could get a lot of icing in this area. That would be parts of Kentucky. Going into parts of Missouri as well. And this is all heading our way. We won't have to worry about the icing, but we are going to have to deal with the snow. And you can see here all the warnings out on the maps for this storm. And then the cold warnings out in the upper parts of the Midwest. So let's look at some of the current conditions. We do have a winter weather advisory in effect for our area. And you see temperatures right now are around the low 30s generally across the area. Plenty of clouds today, some sun, but a lot of clouds. Not a nice looking sky at all. And so let's go take a look at the latest briefing from the Weather Service. Accumulating snow with hazardous travel is expected for the Thursday morning commute. Now they're saying, the Weather Service is saying 2 to 3 inches for NYC, Long Island, and Northeast New Jersey, and 1 to 2 over the lower Hudson Valley. And the snow is expected to be more powdery, and this overspreads the evening for the morning commute, and it could be higher to the south. So this was originally not supposed to be very much, and then they kind of changed the forecast on us once again, not surprisingly, because there's always so many changes going on. So let's go take a look at our weather maps here, and we'll first look at this next storm here. You can see here, this is the GFS, so we'll first look at how this is. So we got this high kind of wedged down a little bit here. The system moves in overnight, and we get into a period of snow Thursday morning, and this front is pretty far to the south, so as far as the rain-snow line goes, it's well to the south of even southern New Jersey, so we won't see that mixing with rain that we have seen, and it'll be a drier snow as the colder air works in. Front still hung up to the south. Another system passes by on Friday. That does not have an impact on our area. And then you can see that ridge right there. You see it right here. That's what's screwing it up. So we got this high coming down here with the cold air. Draw this here. We got this ridge right here. You can see this damn ridge right here. So it's just kind of blocking things, all right? And then we have the cold air over here trying to come down, and the cold front right here. All right? But the problem is that you'll note that it's blocked, and the cold air goes straight south, and it doesn't come into us. You'll see that when we look at the... get this out of the way here. When we look at the... make sure this is not on. Hold on. I got to put this back to this. Okay, so this would be the next system here for the weekend, and you'll see here that will also have to be watched as well. That could be a system. I don't know why it's not generating that much snow over here. You see this high tries to build in, but you can see that ridge just doesn't let it. And then the next storm, then look at what happens here. This next system here comes out and goes straight. It goes. This will be another storm system for Tuesday. So we're going to deal with a lot of storm systems. And then another one for Friday. So it's just one after another after another. Then maybe we finally get out of it by later into the... I mean, it's a ridiculous pattern to be in. It really is. And that cold air is very, very narrow when we look at where that cold air goes. But we're going to first go to... We're going to focus on this next storm here, all right? Because there's just a lot of stuff in the pipeline that we have to deal with, and we'll just take one thing at a time right now, and that's the storm that we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. So here is the storm going by to the south of us. You can see it takes the track well to the south, and there could be some periods of moderate snow in the morning. This won't be a huge snow event, but it'll be an advisory level event. The Weather Service says 2 to 3 inches, so we're going to look at the models here and see what we have here. I didn't even draw a map for this because I didn't even think this was going to be a big... The models changed again, so this is the GFS, and really it isn't that much. It's 1 to 2 inches. higher amounts in southern Jersey. So this might be, they may get closer to 5 inches. Atlantic County has been getting off very easy every time. Well, they may be getting 5 inches of snow from this next storm that is going to come through here, at least according to the GFS. However, we have other models to look at, of course, much more short-range models to look at. So we're going to go to the NAM 12 kilometer here. This is the NAM 12. Back this up. And this is the 0Z run. So this is the NAM 12, and you'll see here that just the snow would start early Thursday morning and then continue through the first part of the morning, and then it starts moving to the south. So by noon, you should be done with the snow. But south of the city, it'll probably continue into the early afternoon in New Jersey, southern parts of New Jersey, and then it finally moves out. This is the next system here that would move along, and that stays much further to the south, so they don't have to worry about that. And then we'd have to worry about this next system here, which this is too far out. I'm not going to talk about that one right now. We've got to talk about this one. So let's see how much snow the NAM decides to put down here. So similar idea on the NAM. So an inch or two for Long Island. I don't think it's going to really be all that much here to worry about. But if you're from Tom's River on south, Ocean County, Burlington County, you may see closer to 4 or 5 inches of snow from this. All right, not a terrible thing, but it won't be. It's definitely going to be a little difficult to travel, but it won't be like what we've been dealing with. They're still going to get off easy because it's not like they're getting a foot of snow like we had. It'll just be a moderate snowfall of about 5 inches. Let's take a look at the HRRR. We'll look at the 0Z HRRR as well. We'll look at the snowfall total on that. Probably going to be an agreement on that too. So yeah, not that much for us. 1 or 2 inches, higher amounts in Jersey, generally. I think with this one, for once they'll be getting the higher amounts. And we track the storm again. As you see, this is where the heavier snow seems to be over that area too as well. So I'm thinking that's where they'll see the 5 inches. We'll probably only see a couple of inches at most. If that, and then this is the next system on the HRRR that passes by to our south on Friday, which will keep clouds around. So that's pretty much what it looks like from here as far as that goes. And we'll also take a look at the temperatures too. It'll be plenty cold enough as well as we head into tomorrow. This is the HRRR. So we'll look at the temperatures, and you'll see temperatures make it down to the low 20s this morning, and then for tomorrow, upper 20s to maybe 30 degrees. And then behind that, the colder air tries to bleed in. So you'll see the temperatures drop tomorrow night. We're in the teens. And then for Friday, we're a little colder with maybe mid to upper 20s. All right. So that's what that storm looks like pretty much right now. That's what it's looking like right now. So we'll go to the GFS, and we will go back to the national view. In fact, let's go to the North American view. So, and let's go to the upper air. And we're done with that system. So you just get an idea of the upper air pattern and the jet stream as we go. So you can see that kind of zonal flat and that ridge. And this is what's screwing us up here, is that ridge. You see the trough dives into the west, never makes it to the east, dives way down, literally way down into Texas. But if you're east of the Mississippi, you're not going to see much of this Arctic air. As we get into Friday, maybe we'll get into it as we get into the week of end of February 20th, 21st. Maybe. But the GFS has been doing this, and we keep getting disappointed. And then maybe as we get toward the later part of February, we'll start getting into some colder air. Maybe. But we've seen how the GFS is in the long run. We can also look at the European as well. Similar idea here as the GFS has. And again, that cold air is just kind of stuck in the west for a while. It's stuck in the Midwest, really, and I mean the Midwest. So we're going to go back to the GFS. We're going to go to the CONUS view, and we will go and we'll take a look at our temperature anomaly chart as we go, and we look at where this Arctic air is going once we're done with this storm. So you'll see, for us, we're still below normal, a little bit below normal, not dramatically below normal. You see what happens? This cold air just dives straight south of Texas, literally. So it's just this narrow, very narrow, and I mean very narrow area of tongue of bitterly cold air that's forced just to go due south right into Texas. And this would be as we head into Friday and Saturday. This is going to be record breaking for them. But we're going to be below normal, but not dramatically below normal. But we never really get into those bright pinks. They pretty much stay in the Midwest, and they stay there, and we don't see them at all. They never get here, and they stay in that area. And then we go above normal, and then we finally might get a taste of it, maybe, or whatever is left over as we head at the leftover bits of cold air. But we're certainly not getting that direct shot that we were hoping for. That's not happening right now. And how crazy is this? So we're going to look at some of these temperatures right now. The actual air temperatures as we head into the weekend. You'll see how crazy this gets. You'll watch that cold air come straight down and literally go right into Texas. Literally, it's going to be colder in Dallas. It could be 6 degrees in Dallas while it's 30 here. Might even be colder in Houston than New York. I mean, that's just really messed up. It's just really strange to see this narrow, and it's a very narrow tongue. You can see it's just this one area that's getting into the cold. Literally, if you draw it out again, you'll see it's just this area right here. Texas, that's it. That's the trough right there. And it's going straight down. And this is part of what we're seeing here, because you can see that wavy jet stream added again, doing weird things and bring the cold air all the way down. It could be colder in Houston than in New York. How crazy is that? I mean, that's totally abnormal, all right? Totally abnormal. So when you move this along into that next week, and you'll see the cold air just stays there. And we don't really get into that again. And then this system here, which would bring us rain if it tracks, we'd have to wait for that system to pass for us to really get into some of the cold air. But we're still never going to get into that that bitter cold air. It's just never, we have to hope that we can get something out of Hudson Bay to come straight down. Otherwise, we're just not going to see it. And we're going to see plenty of clouds around too. So obviously we have a number of storm systems that we have to watch. Obviously after tomorrow, let me go back to the GFS here. After we deal with the weak system tomorrow, we're dry Friday. And then Saturday, we hopefully got a dry day, but the clouds will be on the increase. And this will be the next system. But for some reason, the GFS is not really generating. It's a very weak system, and it's not really generating a whole lot with it, which wouldn't really give us a whole lot of snowfall. We'd have to wait for that next Tuesday system. This would be the one to watch. And it's got more shallow cold air, and it could have rain. But this is a ways away. This is like 5 days away. So don't put too much stock into what that's going to do. We all we know is that there's a likelihood that a storm is going to affect us. We don't know how exactly yet. And then after that, here comes the next one that tracks even further to the west, which would be heavy rain for us and taking that west track. I don't know if I believe that or not. So this is the issue that we have. So if we go and we look at the total snowfall, we can actually change this to the total snowfall map and go all the way through to, let's go all the way through to, you'll see here that if we look at the total snowfall and add all these storms together, it could give us another 6 to 8 inches, the heavier snow up to the north and the west. But the other thing we can also do here is look at the total accumulated precip, which is the liquid, and look at how much liquid it's giving us over the next, let's see, today's the 10th, so let's go to, so you can see right through the end of the period, we can actually take a look, and it shows you how much liquid we could get up to February 26th. It's like 3-4 inches. This could be the wettest February on record because we're just stuck in this ridge that's just causing everything to get all blocked up, and if we go and we look at the CONUS view on the precipitation, you'll see, look, the East Coast is just stuck in all this moisture here, and this moisture goes all the way from the southeast all the way up through the East Coast along the Appalachians. All right, and this is because of the storm track, and you can kind of see what's set up here is that you have got this narrow trough in the Midwest, and we're on the right side of the trough, which is the bad side. That's the wet side. You want to be on the back side. That's the dry side and the colder side, but we're not going to get into that. So let me go back to our region, and we'll go ahead and we'll take a look at the day-by-day temperatures, and then Go with the day-by-day temperature. So it's the GFS for tomorrow. Get into some colder air for Friday. So you see some cold air trying to spill down, but not record cold by any means. Teens, perhaps for Friday night to Saturday morning. You could start to see that next system there pushing up again. So get temperatures in the upper 20s. And then Sunday, we're breaking out into the mid-30s. And then behind that, we get into some more cold air, 28. Cold air sets up for Tuesday, and then this next system we'd have to watch for. But it does push the warm air into our area, which could mean rain. Of course, this is the GFS, so this is already almost a week away now. Wednesday, you see no bitter cold for us, though. That's the bottom line. We don't get into any bitter cold. We're just dealing with 20s, basically, for highs. That's as cold as it gets. No highs in the teens, none of that. For us, unfortunately. We're not going to see any of that, which really sucks. We're supposed to, and even if you look into Ohio now, it's not even getting into Ohio now. It's literally going right into the Midwest. That's where it's going. So we'll go look at the skies next, and you'll see we're going to be dealing with clouds, of course, because it's a chunky pattern. Stall front syndrome. So clouds. We're just, they're not even going to clear it out for Monday, according to this. We're stuck in the clouds Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I mean, literally, we're not going to have I don't know when the next clear day will be. We may have to wait until February 20th to get another sunny, clear day. That's what's going to suck about it. That's what's going to really suck about this pattern that we're in. It's really just a real crap pattern. Obviously, if you like a lot of snow, then maybe it's a good pattern, but it's not. We already had enough snow. We need some cold. We're not getting any extreme cold. So you can see tomorrow here, the front just kind of gets hung up to the south after it moves through. So you might see some sun in the afternoon, but then, boom, the clouds roll right back in on us. Try to push it down again for Friday, but again, maybe we can look out and push it to the south. I don't know. This is the NAM here with the sky cover. I don't count on it to get a clear day out of that. We'll look at the RGM. We can go to the 18Z. We don't have enough out of the 18Z, not 12Z, 18Z. So here's the 18Z for tomorrow. Again, the RGM, you can see that's the front just hung up to the south there because of that ridge. That ridge screwed everything up, basically. Friday, we might clear it out late in the day Friday, but then, boom, here come the clouds back again. So you're just dealing with stall front syndrome, basically. And it's a horrible thing to be stuck in stall front syndrome. I absolutely despise stall front syndrome, as you very well know. I can't stand it. And the fact that we're dealing with it again is really, really annoying. Let me look at the icon model as well. 18Z. So here we go, 18Z. Here's your storm. Again, this high tries to build in, push this crap to the south, but this damn ridge over here is what the problem is. This ridge over here, if this ridge wasn't here, this cold air would come straight down. We get into the nice cold air, but no. Instead, we deal with clouds and another storm system coming up perhaps on Valentine's Day, overnight Saturday into Valentine's Day. And then can we get some sunshine after that? Who knows? This high should build down, and we should suppress all this stuff to the south. But again, it's just one. You have warmer than normal oceans. This ridge here pumping the moisture up the east coast and dealing with all these damn storms. So this is as far out as the icon goes till Monday, February 15th. We can also look at the windy.com site as well. I know I am going into the long range, but I'm looking already past this storm because I don't think this storm tomorrow is going to be a big deal. But down the line, there could be bigger storms, and we use the cloud. We can use the temperature. This is the European model of the temperature, right? So you get to see what happens here. Again, let's go into Thursday, 7 p.m. All right, Friday, 7 p.m. The cold air still hasn't dived down yet, and now it starts diving down over the weekend. Still not diving it that far down, though. This is Saturday. It's still not diving that far down. Let's see, maybe Sunday it starts diving down a little more into the Midwest here. All right, Lubbock 16, so it's not even the Euros. Let's see, it looks like it's diving it more on Monday. Some of the cold. Look at Houston, 37 in Houston. Dallas 19. It'll be colder in Dallas than it is in New York. Dallas will be 19. New York will be 30. That's on Monday. All right. So you can see this is really just it's a very narrow trough. That's the issue. It's a really narrow trough. Now one thing we can do is go to look at the snowfall map and see how much snowfall the Euro predicts for the next. This is the next 3 days, so you can sort of see the stripe from that storm going to the south of us, where it could give southern New Jersey 5.2, but we're not going to see that much, only an inch or two here. Go to the next 5 days. This would count, I guess, the Sunday system here, and then it gives us 4.4, and we go to the next 10 days, and you can see that really the amounts don't look that bad. It looks like it's higher to the north of us, which indicates that warmer air working in. We can do rain accumulation for the next 10 days. So this includes all the liquid equivalent here. It shows you. And you see clearly what's going on here. We're stuck in this bridge here that's pumping the moisture up. So again, we draw it out for you. I mean, most people just don't go into this kind of detail, but it's important that you know, here's your ridge right here. All right? And you got all this warm water, this boiling, this hot water. So it's fueling all the moisture and all the rain from the Gulf all the way up the East Coast. Bad pattern to be in, guys. Bad pattern to be in, all right? Troughs over here in the Midwest like this, and we're on the right side of it. We're on the junky, cloudy side of it, getting all the moisture. So we're going to get just a very wet February. If this all does verify, we could have the wettest February on record. I don't know what the record is for the wettest February, but maybe I can look that up, and we'll see if we have a shot at breaking that, because it's like we're in almost like a pineapple express. It's just one damn storm after another coming through here, and not much of a break because of this pattern that we're in. You can clearly see on here what it looks like. So let's go take a look at we'll put this in, or we can look at the new snow as well. Pull that out. You can see where the snowfall is. All right. Let's go to the temperature. Okay, so we're over here. So we want to just look at the temperature for our area as we head into the weekend here. And you'll see pretty much an agreement on the Euro. This would be Friday. It's Friday pretty chilly. So it's Friday pretty chilly, mid-20s. But again, I mean, it's below normal, but it's not the bitter cold that we were supposed to get. We're not getting it. You can clearly see that we're not getting it. And that's the problem. And then here comes that system that would bring the rain, and warm air kind of would surge into the area. Euro seems to want to bring us rain from that too. At least a heavy rain would get rid of all the snow that we've got out there, because it's already a pain in the neck to walk in. But let's take a look at the sky cover. Do we have a shot at getting any clear skies at all? Tomorrow, stuck in the clouds. Friday, maybe later Friday afternoon we can get some clear skies. Maybe. If you're in Jersey, forget it. Saturday, increasing clouds. Here comes the next system. Dealing with that on Valentine's Day. And then Monday, President's Day, we're still dealing with the clouds. So originally it looked like it was going to clear out, but we're going to have to see. It looks like it's bringing clouds in. But again, it's still a ways away. But you can see junky pattern. Next system comes through. Then Wednesday we can clear it out a little bit, though it won't be that cold. Your temperature's Wednesday, not that cold. 31, not that cold. A little bit below normal, but not really very much. And then the next system. So it's just a really crappy pattern. You wanted that bit of cold day with the, you're not going to get it. That's the bottom line in this pattern that we're in. And again, it's all due to the jet stream. Let me go to wind here. We're going to actually look at the jet stream now for a moment. Let me do that. Let's go ahead and look at the jet stream. We'll back this up to, all right, we're looking at now. All right. So you see we got sort of a zonal flow here, right? This is the jet stream on the Euro. Still sort of zonal. I don't like the way this looks. Let me go back to tropical tidbits. This is too overdone. Go here. 250. I just want to show you what the issue is, and then we're going to wrap up this weather update. I know this has been a long one, but there's a lot to talk about. So you see the issue. It's kind of flat right now, so we're not really going to get into. And then that trough, it's a very shallow. Look at that. Look at that trough. You can see just how troughs are not supposed to be so narrow like that. This is all due to the climate change aspect of things. So you can see that trough kind of just wants to sit in the west, right over that spot there. Look at that. There you go. Look at that. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is one hell of a messed up jet stream right there. Look at how narrow that trough is. I mean, and then we're stuck in the ridge dealing with the warm air again, and we never really get into it. Maybe we get into it by that weekend there. So it's a very abnormal looking jet stream. Look at that. Very abnormal. And then, and then maybe we can get into some cold toward the end. This looks a little encouraging. But again, this is the GFS. We've seen it be wrong countless times in the long range. So don't get your hopes up about anything you see in the long range. One thing I can tell you right now is that it's going to be junky. And expect junky skies until further notice. So if you want a nice blue sky, I'm sorry. You're going to have to go somewhere else. So that's going to be it for this weather update. Again, we've got the winter weather advisory for tomorrow with the snow. I'm not really going to draw out. Well, we can go to maps and look and draw it out here. Generally show you what I think is going to happen here, and then that'll wrap up as far as this next system goes. All right. It's really not much. I mean, over us, this whole area will be like 1 to 2 inches. That's it, if that, pretty much. All right. If we go south of that, then we have the probably more like 3 to 5 inches over here. All right. That's pretty much it. So I don't expect it to be too bad for tomorrow. And hopefully it will be a drier, powdery snow because there is colder air working in. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care. Thank you for watching. Be safe tomorrow, obviously. Might be a little rough in the morning, but other than that, it should be better by the afternoon. So, again, I don't really expect very much from this. It's just a dreary pattern to be in, that's all. That crisp, cold Arctic air that we were supposed to get thwarted again by climate change. Take care, and thank you for watching.